Last attempt. Pain in the butt. Alright, looks good on mine. Looks good. Got it. Got it. Awesome. Alright guys, let me know how this looks. I'm gonna pull up, well, let me refresh my dashboard here. This one should be good. Yep, bingo. Okay, cool. You guys are probably getting dinged from YouTube. Alright. Yeah, it looks okay now. So, we should be able to continue. Looks pretty good. Let me just expand MO2. I want to make sure. I think the capture should be fine now. Yeah, it looks good. You can see all the stuff run. Yep. Maybe make small tweaks here and there, but other than that, it looks okay. Just let me know how the resolution looks. Cause I upped the resolution, so we shall see. And then of course this is normal. This is, I can edit this to go in a little bit or let's see, fill that part of the screen out. Fill that part of the screen out. Good. We'll leave it there. That looks pretty good. Okay. So what are we doing here? Well, Nesbit updated TPOS2 yesterday, the 27th. So what I'm going to do is I am going to reinstall TPOS2. I am going to reinstall Enhanced Lights and Effects, the Alternate Start patch, the Opulent Thieves Guild patch, and the SMIM patch, along with any other pertinent patches that need to be. So, yeah, all right, that's what we're gonna do. It should say I already have a file. Oh no, no. When you get a new one, it updates. Cool. So what I'm thinking is because this updated too, plus, you know, I liked RLO. I think I was trying to make myself like it more than I do. It's a fantastic mod. Um, it just covers some, or it doesn't cover some issues with the ends, whereas ELFX does. So, well, let me see here. Talking to Shane there. All right. All right. So let's do this. Let's install. We got to go all the way down. Let's install TPOS2. We're going to get this. This has its own category. Right here. So there it is, TPOS2. And then if you look at my plugins tab, the main mod is pertinent patches. And then you see the RLO patch. This will be null and void once we do this. We also have to re-add the ELFX everything basically. So I want to see the new FOMod installer here. So probably shouldn't do ELFX itself first, shouldn't I? All right. I'm not going to use the enhancer unless you guys want me to. And this is going to be for Merrick's story. What I had mentioned before over in Discord chat was that I'm only 2 episodes into Merrick's story. However, I would much rather use ELFX. It's my favorite lighting mod of all time. Arguably, it's probably the best lighting overhaul. And you know, the enhancer does uh, it does darken interiors a lot. Um, at least it did on console, and I did use it 2 times on my PC setup. So, let me just see if you guys are even able to chat. You should be able to. Let me just make sure. So if you guys can chat, just somebody type something stupid in there, just so I can see it. It'll pop up on my phone, don't worry. Yeah, it looks like it is. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I know we were saying that there hasn't been too much activity on the ELFX page itself. The mod's pretty much good as it is. Um, and yes, it is better than RLO. I liked Realistic Lighting Overhaul. Um, and even with the patch for TPOS2, um, it's still not as good as ELFX, in my opinion. Um, it would be perfect for a non-TPOS2 play. Um, if you're playing for yourself and you're not streaming. The problem I saw from the first 2 episodes from Merrick was that nighttime and interiors, it was kind of doing the opposite. The night itself was too dark. I could also probably attribute that maybe to Rudy EMB. I haven't touched any of the settings, um, but I did notice the uh, interiors with Arlo were a little too bright for my liking, even at nighttime. It didn't really matter what time of the day it was. Daytime was normal, but nighttime was still way too bright. Kami. Goddamn Kami. What's up, second? So yeah, we're gonna be switching back. So, um, enhanced lights and effects, but I'm not gonna use the enhancer unless you guys want me to. I'm not going hardcore. The enhancer darkens interiors. Um, and on Nesbitt's page, he has the should be the updated. I know it was posted in Discord. Yeah, should be in the articles tab, I believe. Let's see here. Hey Tim, buddy, you better get better. That's bronchitis sucks, dude. Absolutely sucks. Just rest up. Um, don't do anything. Don't, relax. I wish I had a more pleasant voice. Let's let's get a little I may have to turn this down. Oh yeah. Just just for the hell of it. Um There's people popping in and leaving. Alright. So obviously ELFX, then TPOS2 main file 1. You had issues too, Loki? It's not YouTube, it's really on OBS. Like the settings have to be right, and what I mean by that is here. A lot of it's here. When you go into your editor, you have to do this. You can't do this while you're streaming, right? But if you go to your video, like I changed the resolution. This is just so you guys have a better visual. But what I was doing is I lowered this to, I think it was 1270 by 720, and it was just so that it wouldn't buffer as much. Because when I stream, when I'm playing, while I'm streaming while I'm playing, if I have that resolution jacked up, you can still see I kept the output scale at 1280 by 720 just so it's not going to buffer for you guys, right? My output's fine, my output hasn't changed. But when I go into here, sources, like for my display capture, which I can't check unless I highlight this, right? This is what you're seeing a display on my screen now of 2560 by 1440. I don't have an option to change that. If I select this drop down, there is no other display properties. That's just what it displays at. So you should be, when you see my screen, you should be getting a really high resolution. So I had to compensate and kind of lower other resolutions to sort of make up for it. So second, what's the deal with this Buzz guy? This is the dude that tried to join a couple times, right? He kept making alts. First he didn't know his username. Then he gave us a username with 36 alts. Yeah, around here I could show you right now. If you could see. Um, if you go to video here, well, here I'll just give me a second here. There, I'll print that screen for you. And then I will go to, well, there's only one setting there. Whatever your computer is what your setting's going to be. If you have multiple options, it's really going to be yours. So that's all I can really show. All right. So if you guys want me to use the enhancer for ELFX, I will, but then it's really going to be on you guys if you're able to see it or not. Um, Typically I don't because of the way, and it's not just YouTube, it's other streaming services, or I guess you could say platforms. Twitch does it. Uh, Mixer is what it is if you're playing on Xbox. And like I said, I've looked into Vimeo, but I haven't looked into Vimeo. I've opened the page and I think it was like at 3:30 in the morning one day, and I was just kind of like staring at it. And I'm like, nope, I'm already set up. I'm good to go. I have everything else set. It's really just tweaking OBS. There's a lot you can do with this. This is a great tool that I have to learn a little bit more about. So, you know, not a bad gig, but it is what it is. So, um, no, well, yeah, for the enhancer. So I don't think I'm gonna use it. Um, this is just ELFX. This should be ELFX by itself. I think this is enough. This is good lighting. Um, it'll work with Embers HD, which I use. It'll work with Inferno. which I have set pretty conservatively. So it's not like, raging pyre, you know, torching the place so it doesn't look as immersive. You'll fire will definitely look better, but it won't be, giant campfire. And this is ZLFX. This is what it does. Fantastic. I can't praise this enough. Even here in Dim Hollow, you can see it lights up what it needs to. The shadows are near perfect, you know. Yeah. But this mod here, ELFX hasn't really changed at all. It was pretty much in its own itineration. So we're not going to use the enhancer. We're not going to use any of the add-ons. ELFX enhanced ice. Eh, you know, ice shaders. Nah, see, I'm going to leave that alone. I have other mods taking care of that stuff. We do want the SMIM meshes. I do not want the SMIM lantern. Uh, because that'll override pretty lanterns. So I'm okay with that. And we want the candle smoke and we want the torches. Or I'm sorry, I don't want the torches because I have Inferno taking care of that. Okay. So ELFX should go up here. Let's activate it. I'm gonna have some other things to do here too. Alright. Spot VMB light. That's right. And then, ooh, go back here. Downloads. So we need the alt start patch. I'm just going to put this under ELFX, but in the right pane. You'll see me move it. And I usually do this one at a time. There's RLO. There's alternate start. There's the alternate start ELFX patch. And this is the SMIM patch. You definitely need this. And this is the Opulent Thieves Guild patch. We're going to get all of these taken care of. Because I am using Opulent Thieves Guild. That looks good. Okay. So then these two can come up. Back to plugins. And it's going to be right there. So here's ZLFX, SMIM patch, Opulent Thieves Guild patch. I don't have anything else for Opulent Thieves right here. Then this is where alternate start sits. So we could take off realistic lighting overhaul. We're going to get some errors here. And the realistic lighting will live another life. Alternate start patch. And do I have anything else? Anything from Obscures? Obscures has the that's the TPOS2 patch. It doesn't have an RLO patch. I did test it and it was fine. TPOS, we're gonna fix that right now. Let's install this. This is gonna override. Okay, we want the full version. So now you see it now detects the enhanced lights and effects. Perfect. Deselect the OpenCities compatibility file since I'm not using OpenCities, but we do want the regular legacy since I am using that. Winterhold restored, Winter Sun Fates of Skyrim, the thicket remover, install, and we're going to replace the version we have. And you'll see right there. But we should have TPOS ELFX. It's the last one I needed. And we're good. No errors. Nothing else I believe I need to download. Let's do this. Let's check this out. We'll go to the Nordic guide. Okay. All the way down to lighting. Lighting and extras. ELFX, alternate start, SMIM. That's it. We're good. If I wanted to darken it, I'd use enhanced lighting for EMB or ELE. On console, this is ELE interiors. This darkens it significantly. It works with ELFX. I find that it's a semi-compromise between the ELFX enhancer and enhanced lights by itself. Just my opinion. A lot of people just like using the enhancer. And I may test the enhancer out just to see. So yeah, here's the Opulent Thieves Guild patch. There's the alternate start patch. This the spin patch. We have this. This is just alternate start. This is Opulent Thieves Guild, which I already have, and these are the patches. Winking Skeever patch fixes the brightness issue in Solitude when using ELFX enhancer. I'm not using the enhancer, so don't worry about this. Book of UUMP patch. If you do run Book of UUMP, there's an ELFX patch between these two. Also altered in the unofficial patch. So the main thing here I want to check for is the Ragged Flagon. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a test character. We're going to go in, we're going to take a look. Yep, as you can see, follow Nesbitt's instructions for enhanced lights. So we have ELFX on top, TPOS2 main file 1, the patch. The enhancer would go underneath the patch. I'm not using the enhancer, so you know this part here I can ignore. We should be good. I'm gonna run loot because I have the feeling that I may have to rerun like something like Quinn's college. I'm gonna get some errors. I should anyway. Loot should detect some errors here for me. Yep. I got a second one. Let's see what we got. Don't worry about audio overhaul. I'm also going to take out complete alchemy and cooking. There's a reason for this. This character is going to be alchemy based. The leveling of alchemy and the fact that it when you create the potions, you're really not able to sell them for as much. I do like the potions healing over time and the stackable over time. But for if I'm doing that, I'm doing that for myself. If I'm playing with nobody watching. CACO has a ton of patches, and I also believe that it is editing part of the guild as well. Because Opulent alters the guild to where when you eventually get the alchemist to come back, there are some things there that get touched. So I think I'm gonna go without CACO at all, but I'm gonna leave Sky Toxins in because Sky Toxins doesn't affect the base alchemy at all. I may look for a secondary alchemy mod, uh, but at this point, I don't think, I just don't think I'm going to use it. Excuse me. Um, and it's actually slowing down the gameplay a lot. So let's see where that second error came in. Embers HD RLO. That is right. All right. But I don't have an error here. Let's find Embers HD. Should be up above. Effects. So there's Inferno, there's EMB Light. There's the Embers HD RLO patch. Alright. Embers HD is up there. I do not any longer need that patch. That's the material fix. Let's see, where was it again? I think it was in RLO itself. So let's do this. Let's just remove this. Remove realistic lighting. And then go to Embers HD. I don't think I really need to reinstall this, do I? Yeah, 2K orange. Fireplaces and custom effects. Yep. Yep. Yeah. All right. So that's what I did. I checked the box here. So when I reinstall this and replace this, this one here should delete. Gone. There you go. Running loot. I should only have the one error now. And it should be for immersive jewelry, which I'm perfectly fine with. I do have 6 warnings. I should have 5. Let me just double check things. So the stuff like audio overhaul, stuff that says, oh, needs to be cleaned, leave it alone. Don't clean audio overhaul. And I am going to get rid of complete alchemy. So it's at 146. Okay. Complete alchemy. Let's see how many errors I get here. All right. Let's remove complete alchemy. How many missing masters do I have? Oh, all the patches. They should all be down here in the bottom. This is going to be great. So Quinn's. Yeah, let's go down to my patches here. And I kind of figured this was going to be the case. It's a nice mod. It's tedious. You guys know how I am with tedious things. So let's reinstall Quinn's. Uh, those two patches should, well, you'll see. It'll fix itself, don't worry. And we're going to replace it. Alright, so those two were gone. Let's see if I didn't have anything at the bottom. Alright, that's cool. And then the only other thing it looks like is Legacy. Nope. And some individual patches here we're going to get rid of. So Legacy's only going to have the one removed. So it's literally just you're reinstalling the mod. It's now in, oh, I'm going to get a patch for ELFX. That's good. Cloaks of Skyrim. Armor Replacer. Grey Cowl. Yep. More loot. Next, next, next. I understand. We'll replace that. That one will disappear. And now we're going to have patches for Guard's Armor Replacer and ELFX DBM. You can place those here. You're good. And then these individuals for CACO. There's one. Gray Cowls, CACO, Coordinator, Weapons. Ooh, I need that one. Weapons, Armor, Clothing, Clutter. Winter Sun we no longer need. We no longer need. Indigo, CACO we no longer need. And we're going to rerun Dynalot and TextGen. Which means I have to remove them. And let me get rid of these ones here that are no longer needed. So these are all CACO. You can see that there. They're all patches. You don't need them. It'll automatically delete all of them for you. I should have... Audio overhaul. These patches are up above. So common close. Okay. That's going to be this one right here for common close patches. Reinstall this. Armor clothing extension should be the only one now. Install and replace. You see it'll get rid of that one. Do I have, and I don't have any other errors. Let me rerun loot. A post a mod that you've changed. Oh, just in the guild board run. Yeah, if you make any updates or anything like that, you could just go in there and post that it's been updated. Or if it's a mod that you've created, just, make a new post. Not a problem. And then anybody can navigate it. 6 warnings. That should still be 5. Unless it really is 6. Let's see. It's giving me fake warnings also, in case you guys were wondering. So, Cloaks and Legacy has a patch. There is physically a patch in my right pane for Cloaks and Legacy. It doesn't recognize it. It was the same thing with I'm going to get it down here. It's the same thing with Obscure's College not recognizing TPOS2, but it doesn't matter. It's, supposedly patched on something Obscure's end. How it handles that, I don't know. This is the Summer Miss one. This is the one I know, but I know this one's okay. The alternate start for landscape or grass fixes for alternate start. If that comes back, it comes back. I don't know what happened with that. Ooh, thank you, Tim. What are these? Let's take a look at these. Alchemy potion and food adjustments. Improves the consistency and balance of alchemy and potions in general, as well as correcting some cheat-like features present in vanilla, such as healing while in the menu or creating completely overpriced potions. Take a look at the feature list for a better idea. What are the requirements? Ooh, requires Sky UI, SKSE. Wow. Let's take a look at this one. I should probably put some music back on, right? Keep forgetting to do that. Alright. Ingredient potency multipliers, skill multiplier, and experience multiplier are customizable. XP gained is linked to the gold value. So you guys all know or should know by now that the more valuable the potion that you create is, the more experience you're going to get. So this will balance it out a little bit. XP bonus is only applied when the crafting menu is opened. Ingredient planter growth is also customizable. Okay, slower, so 10 to 7 days instead of 1 to 3 days. Restore health, magic stamina, have their effects spread over 5 seconds. You will not be able to insta-heal, which I like. They do not stack. Something I'm going to have to take into consideration. Mystic effects from alchemy are re-added. Cure poison, water walking have been added to ingredients. Awesome. Ingredient effects are now more consistent. Enchanting, smithing, barter potions now last longer. Paralysis poisons are changed. The original effect to paralyze target. Has a fixed duration of 10 seconds and works on people, creatures up to a given level. The higher the potency, the higher the level. Awesome. The white file is more powerful. Food now gives lasting improvements on regeneration rate. Alcohol drinks give a health bonus. Skooma is more interesting. Compatibility and load order. Patches for weapons, armor, clothing, clutter. I need I'll have to take a look. Let's read it. Okay. There you go. Yep. It's definitely one to look at. Let's see what the other one was Tim sent. Flora fixes. Okay. Fixes bugs relating to harvestable objects in Skyrim, including flora, bug respawn. This one requires SKSE. Oh, definitely want to use this one. Let's go back up. We'll take a look at the files here. There's only one. Small one too, 1.7 meg. I'm gonna keep this a little, ooh, because I have loot going. That's right. Let me just see what the other one was. Ah. So we have to rerun obscure. This is the funny part about this, right? Enhance lights and effects. Let's get that done. Alright, so we have alchemy. Alright, we'll take care of that in a second. Let's go back to obscures. College mods, okay? So we'll go all the way down here to the bottom. Stupid. Okay. So you can see all the obscure mods here. Everything's highlighted in purple. Oh yeah, skooma. So we took out the RLO patch, but now it doesn't recognize ELFX. But you'll notice I didn't get an error or anything like that. I just saw it in loot. So if I didn't see that, normally it would tell you. But so let's just reinstall obscures. We'll do the recommended interiors because that looks nice. I need, and there it is, ELFX. It's already detecting it for me. This one didn't have an RLO lighting patch. So legacy, moral loots, audio overhaul. Next. TPOS2 full. I wonder, he's got one for full and for partial. I just unchecked it and rechecked it. I want to make sure this isn't gonna. I'll have the physical patch. You can see the physical patch is the one on the bottom here, right? Why it's not reading in here, I have no idea. I did check the college, so and we want this one, and we're gonna replace this again. It should give me an ELFX patch at the bottom here. Everything else should stay the same. There's the TPOS2 patch. There's my ELFX patch. So where's obscures? Go up here. Cool. We'll add it right there. And it's a light plugin, so it's okay. Let's see. I like this one. Alright. Alchemy potions and food adjustments. Let's take the same as complete minus modifications to food and drink. Consider this option if you have another mod that modifies food. I think I want the complete version, right? Distinctive rare ingredients, optional add-on. Adds an asterisk to rare ingredients names to better distinct them. ESP flagged as ESL. Yeah, you know, I think, yeah, I'll take that. That's not bad. Complete version patches choice. Weapons, armor, clothing, clutter. That should be it. Yeah, we're not running anything else. No cutting room floor, no Dawn of Skyrim. Alchemist Compendium. Interesting. Cool. Let's see now. Put this in effects. I'm gonna put this in lesser game changes, even though it's. Put it right above violence. Alright. And we'll bring this up. Right above violence there. Alright, let's rerun loot to see what it gives us. A lot of back and forth there. Eh. It's not bad. Alright. So let's see. We count. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, see, obscures still isn't. You seem to be using the people Skyrim too. Wow. I hope Nesbit gets on obscure's ass about that. I don't like seeing that. Who knows? Maybe you know. I'm sure the patch works fine, but it's just not. It's something that I know a lot of people will freak out about, myself probably included. I don't like seeing that. I like knowing what it does, and I like knowing that it gets recognized. So you know, like I said, we'll keep using it because I do like the Obscures College mod. Um, Immersive College is a little bit heavier to use. Everything else really should be fine. Yeah, that's it. Okay, we should be good. Um, the other thing I wanted to check was, let's open up Xedit real quick. And I want to check Less Tedious Thieves Guild. There's a couple of them. They're mainly the Thieves Guild mods that I have installed. All Thieves Guild jobs concurrently and less tedious. These two here. 2B and 2C. We'll let everything load up here. And it was because, you know, in the last episode, I wasn't able to obtain that quest, the final quest to do the business ledgers from Delvin. And I've run this combination enough, so, you know, all three of these mods, I've run these on Xbox, no issues. So we'll have to see if there is something conflicting with it. Obviously, on my PC game here, there's a lot more going on, so. We'll see if it throws me any errors. Not really anything, Ren, just, the only thing I did, I took out mods that I wasn't using. I just double checked the patches, I just checked things in loot, and that was it. And now I am checking, all thieves, dialogue topic here. Alright. So it looks good now. Let's expand this a little bit. All Thieves Guild jobs concurrently. I've completed, I want to quit. Do you have any fishing jobs? Do you have any numbers jobs? Yeah, like I said, I wasn't getting this. TRG shell branch topic here. This is the editor ID. It looks good. Yeah. And this looks pretty cool. Wise Man's Flora fixes. Do not use that saves already has fixes installed. And Harvest Overhaul is another one that I want to. Like, what do you mean, like last, so an end of... Are you talking about the episode itself? Or are you talking about just now? Grab Harvest Overhaul. Well, that'll be in there for me. Okay. Yeah, it looks like it's fine. So the numbers job now looks like it's okay. I'm looking at it here. Let's back out of this one. Let's look at Less Tedious Thieves Guild. It really... There's nothing really there for it, right? I want to look at Moral Loot. Where are you? Actually, I want to look at Opulent Thieves Guild. Alright. So sell block 5, sell block 3. The patch. Lighting template. Volkahar Castle lighting template. Should be the same thing, right? Volkahar Castle lighting template. Null reference. Ah. Because we had to remove the... Okay. No, I'm sorry. We had to remove the encounter zone. Episode 2, it was a shorter one, Ren. It was shorter. I think I only did it for a couple hours. But like I said, now that TPOS2 is fully updated and ELFX is back, I wanted to throw those back in. What I'll do is, obviously, unless you guys want to watch me start over, I was just gonna level my character to where he was at, give him the same gear, the same perks. I mean, it's really up to you what you guys want to see. Hey, Nico. Name looks familiar. Thank you for the sub, by the way. Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, I barely got into the... He got to Riften. I used the start Outlaw in the Wild, which means where they threw me at the time was Valtheim Towers. Oh, Hannah. Hi there. I knew somebody else with the name Nico, spelled the same way, from a different server. That's why it was. That's what it was throwing me. I'm like, I wonder if it's the same person. Skyrim Sewers does, Tim. Yes. Put Skyrim Sewers above and TPOS2 full version below. Open Cities version below. Uh, for you guys that are running the partial version, it's the exact opposite of that. You want the partial version above, and then Skyrim Sewers below that. But I think almost everybody's running the full version that I know of. I only know a couple that actually like the partial and run it. We do have a couple members in the server that run the partial, just for compatibility, and they like other mods, and that's perfectly fine. But yeah, it is. It's 100% compatible, Tim. So this is without. We're gonna test the guild music dungeon fort. So what it's doing, I guess, from Opulent's getting the music and it's getting the lighting template from Volkihar and DLC Vampire Castle. And ELFX itself. But there is the patch right there. And I am still nervous about making edits to patches or things like that. So I'll go in game and test it and see. If I don't see any noticeable issues or anything like that. These are just in the 2 blocks for the cell. Let's check the containers. Merchant, Sindus chest. Okay. This looks good. See if I can pull this over a tad bit. Wardrobe. Okay, that's fine. That one's fine. Faction. Okay, this one's also good. Nav mesh. This is opulent. This is Wicco. So this is where I want to see if Brynjolf. We had this in the same order. This should be fine. Ragged flag and sandbox. Okay. So he will sandbox. Okay. Okay. Package. Sandbox package. Static. These are all the statics that are added with OTGC. Alright. Let us just close that out. I'm going to get my normal error or stuff done over right. I know exactly what that is, so it's just a just delete that out. Cool. We should be good. Oh, I have to generate LODs. Damn it. First things first. We're gonna have to remember this. Rebellion. And I'll reiterate this because even I didn't do this and I forgot about this and I noticed it last episode. Sit, Mr. B. Um, so if you're on PC and you're generating LODs with TPOS and all of the other add-ons, and I forgot this myself, so this is on me. Do not tick Rebellion in here. Rebellion can't be added to. Let's go to text gen. Actually, let me open up my. We'll put some more music on. Screenshots. See. Mod tools. Dynalod. Alright. So we have no output there. Cool. We'll be using this for our output page, and you'll see why. So make sure that rebellion is not ticked. Otherwise you get what I found the first time, and Nesbitt had to. Sorry, headphones. So you get what I had the first time, where is if you're looking at the western side of Windhelm, where Rebellion goes, you'll see the tower floating, yada yada. Just don't check it. You can check this afterwards. After you run your LODs, then you'll be fine. So text gen should be good. We'll do everything the same that we did the last time. And then once I start to run Dindalod, I'll take a little bit of a break, and then we'll go in game and we'll do some testing. And you can see I upped my LOD texture size to 512. I'm going to do everything identical to what I did last time because I really liked the landscape and how it looked. Text gen usually takes 5 or 6 minutes. You can see the text gen output folders right there that just generated. Temp, textures, Dindalod, LOD. These will all get populated. Once this is done, it's nice to be able to see it. So I guess from what Nesbitt, you guys probably already know this, but like I said, I was busy this morning. I wasn't home. I had my phone on me, but I had to do a couple errands. But I don't think he said it was going to be the end of February. It should be sooner than that for Solitude. Oh, nice, Mr. B. Update for lootable things. Sweet. I think I might have forgot to install Harvest Overhaul, but I don't think it's going to matter. It's not changing anything within Dindalod. I could install it between TextGen and Dindalod and it should be fine. Okay. Alright, Ren. And like I said, yeah, like in as soon as this one's done, I'll start running Dindalod and then I'll take a little bit of a break. I'll keep it up so we can all see how far it's going and then we'll go from there. Hey, Strudel. So what I was doing was updating to the new version of TPOS2, and Nesbitt brought back the patch for Enhanced Lights and Effects, ELFX. And you know, I was running RLO, so, and I miss ELFX. So what I'm doing is I'm rerunning my LODs right now. I fixed everything. I took everything out that I didn't want. I added back in ELFX. I reinstalled TPOS2. I made sure the patches were good. I actually took out complete alchemy and cooking overhaul. One, because there was too many patches for things, and it wasn't letting me properly craft my potions, which is kind of key to this character. I don't want to take a health potion that restores, you know, 50 points of health, but at the same time it almost also damages my health for like 200 seconds. Kind of negates the purpose. Well, here's the thing. What I was going to do is I was going to start over and I was going to do one of two things. Start completely fresh, right? Start, we'll do new game start. I'll have him already set up. Um, have all his gear. I'll do the same alternate start as an outlaw. It may throw me in a different spot. If you're an outlaw in the wild, you may be in a different location. Um, when I did it this time, it started me at Vault-Time Towers. Um, or what I could do is all right. So this is or what I could before let me get here. Let me before I start doing two things at once. Or what I could do is level him up off screen, off camera to kind of around where he was, maybe like a level below. Put him in the same spot, kind of just go backtrack over my tracks, and that way when I wind up, because I'll probably wind up streaming later tonight, uh, because it's Tuesday, not Wednesday, so I'll probably get a stream in tonight, um, and it'll be another shorter one. It won't be a long one, um, but we'll just kind of go from there. But what Ren suggested was just if I'm doing this, just start over and do the same start, see where, yeah. Well, both ways would be starting over fresh. What I mean by leveling him up, I would be doing a new game start regardless, but I would just give him the same perks. I would give him, basically the same of everything. Or we could like legitimately start fresh and just start all over again. I was only it's basically an episode and a half. I considered it two episodes, but we'll have to see. Yeah, just the off-camera stuff. What I would have done is I would have done a new game start, and I would have just after all my MCM set up and gear set up, I would have went back into the console commands and I would have given him the perks that I chose, around the same amount of gold that I had. Um, the only thing that would have been hard to do is replicate all of the loot that I found or stole, and then of course the crimes that I committed and A got caught for, meaning going to Whiterun and having the Whiterun guard out for me. So I'm thinking just start completely over. Like I said, it was an episode and a half in. Um, it was really hard to play without enhanced lights and effects, and I think it was even harder for you guys to see it just because of the way that now everybody says ELFX is darker. I think it's the opposite. RLO nighttime was dark, and I didn't have anything enhancing I don't have anything touching my night darkness whatsoever. With the ELFX, I'm perfectly fine. With almost anything else, it's hit or miss. Nights are either too bright or they're just too dark. So I'll leave it as it is. Okay, and we'll figure it out. So when TextGen's done running, which it is now, right? You go into your wherever you have Dynalod stored. It generates a TextGen output folder. You want to open this up. So these are all your textures, right? Just go back one. You want this main textures file. You're going to zip this up. You're going to add this to archive, this top one, and I'll name it TextGen output. I know if you watch Michael from Gamer Poet's video, this one would be considered Dynalod textures. It's the same thing. I just do this because I ran TextGen, so I call it TextGen output. That's all you do. Hit OK. It's gonna have a zip folder here for you. Um, in your mod manager, you want to go to wherever it is your downloads are. See your Harvest Overhaul. Let me see, optional. I have to install this in between running the two. Creature module. We're not going to touch either of these because I have things that are doing them. Flora respawn fix. I think that's the one Tim was telling me about. Maybe. Let me see. I may need these two. Flora fix is revamped. Okay. So we're going to need these two. That's not a problem. Let me cancel out here. I'm doing a lot of stuff at once here. We'll get the Flora respawn fix in first. I'm going to put this up with... I'm going to leave it down low, load order sensitive. And harvest overhaul. Coordinator. Yep. Okay. So when I activate this, how many do I get? 2. Okay. Actually, I'm going to move these back up. Put them back where they were. Go back up top. Above LOD. Should be down a little bit lower. DLC gameplay. Alright. And put them right above Opulent Thieves Guild. Okay, so floor respawn. We want these 3 here. And just yank these up. That didn't sound good, but it's funny. So under, but above trade and barter. Okay. Let me just rerun loot real quick. And then I'll get into showing you text gen. Well, like I said, once I run Dined a lot, yeah, we're fine. Everything's the same. Buff my plugins back up though. Okay. Alright, so yeah, once you zip that up, go to your downloads over here. Right. Take this zipped up text gen output or Dined a lot textures mod, whatever you call it. Just plop it in there. It's going to give you a little notification there. Change it to the name that you put it to. These should always look good. These are the textures here. And you can see all the files in there. That'll do its thing. That goes right there. You can see everything's going to be good. So the last thing we're going to do is, well, we're going to do 2 things. A, we're going to run Dined a lot. That's when I'm going to take my break. And then I do have to reactivate Rebellion. Because Rebellion cannot be added in with your LODs. Solitude, Nesbit said, is going to be the same. So you'll have these 2 mods deactivated if you generate LODs yourself. And then just activate them afterwards. It works perfectly fine. Mine's deactivated. So like I said, what I'm going to do... Oh, I'm sorry, one other thing. Go back to this created text gen output. This is what auto-generates when you start to run text gen. Delete all this. You don't need it. When we run Dined a lot here, like this, you'll see it. I'm going to get a Dined a lot output folder that's going to populate in this little box here. Like I said, I'm going to set everything up exactly like it was. We'll go from there. So I'll go into advanced if it lets me. Unless they changed it and yeah, see it automatically brings you to what was used to be the advanced setting. That's pretty cool. Select all, high, you want candles and effects glow. And I left my LOD brightness at 0 this time. Everything else I left the same. Windows high, fake lights, child worlds, and I max tile size, I put it back to 512. Hit OK. You'll see it start to, once it starts populating, sometimes this one takes a minute, but you'll start to see it over here. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take my break now. I'm going to leave this screen up. You guys are going to get to watch it run. I'm going to take my phone with me, obviously, so I can see it. Dying to LOD's probably going to take me anywhere between 12 and 14 minutes, so that'll be my break. So I will see you guys in a little bit. Also, real quick, you can see the output folders right there. And I'll leave Dindo back up, but there it is. Alright guys, sorry about that. A little bit longer than I expected. Um, so yeah, Dindo took about 20 minutes, 21 minutes here. And we're going to save and exit. Okay. So you got your ESM and your ESP. You'll see it populate down here in the bottom, but here's the Dynalot output folder. Okay. What you're going to do is once you open the folder itself that generated for Dynalot itself, you're going to grab everything here like this, and you're going to do the same thing you did with TextGen. You got to run the two together. So TextGen first, Dynalot second. Go to 7-zip. We're going to add to archive. And then this one will be Dynalot output. Okay, just like that. Just change the name. You could also change the name once you do it if you want to leave it, but I like to change it here. Makes it a little bit easier. So just hit OK. You're going to see the it's going to work. There's the output 7-zip archive. It's taken everything that you've generated. It'll zip it up nice for you. Right there. So you can see your output right there. Go back to your downloads. Go back to here. You're going to take just the archive itself, same thing you did with TextGen. Drop it in anywhere. Um, hold on. That's never happened before. Let me cancel that out. Oh, because I have one in here already. I'll show you where. It should be on the bottom, I think. I'll have to delete it. Alright. So this Dynalot output, let me delete this. Yes. Okay. Go back up to the beginning. Because I already had it generated once. Okay. So take it now. This should fix it. And you'll see it copying. Okay. Same thing like TextGen. It gives you the little notification. Change the name. Or name it yourself, however you want to do it. Manual. Always hit manual. Always hit manual. You just have to make sure everything looks good. If you accidentally install a mod or you just hit OK by accident, reinstall it. And then hit manual. Just make sure it looks good. So you can see the meshes, anything with SKSE plugins. This is your Dynalot data. This is your stored utility data right there. Textures, and you're going to get your master and your plugin. Hit OK. It's going to work. It's going to do its thing. And we're going to let it. Cool. All right, so that should be in the bottom here. There it is. Place it under TextGen, activate it, go to your plugins. These two stay at the bottom, both the master and the ESP. I also found that putting the ESM all the way at the top under your last ESM works fine. It looks, for some reason, it looks better here. This is the proper place where it's supposed to go. Keep these at the bottom. You don't want anything beneath these. These are the bottom two. Dynalot ESP should be at the very bottom of your right pane. Okay. Now we are going to reactivate Rebellion. Rebellion is going to populate below them because you reactivated it. So you're just going to put it back to where it was. It was underneath Mortal Ages for me. I'm going to put it back under Mortal Ages again. Go back to the mod tools, Dynalot. So this new Dynalot output folder, you can now delete it. Make sure it's out of there, okay? You can close that out. There we go. Interesting. Cool. So we should basically have everything now. Um, TPOS2 now installed, ELFX now installed, patches now installed. I reran Quins, so it'll now detect any other patches that we had from ELFX. I think it was only one or two, and then of course I had to reinstall Obscure's College. If you go up a little bit further here, we needed the Obscure's College ELFX patch. They're really the only other ones. If you want to check again, run loot right before you decide to play. Once you get to the bottom of your setup, once you start doing patches, running Dindalod, things like that, you can run loot anytime. What I don't recommend doing is sorting with loot, meaning hitting this button here to sort your plugins, because that will scramble all of these up. Now, if you have a light setup, it's probably okay. Or if you're really new to it and you're not working with a lot of patches, it's also probably okay. And in that case, sometimes it's even recommended. Why I keep saying I don't personally recommend it is I like to keep both my left and right panes looking identical. I think it works a little different for Vortex users. I'm not familiar with Vortex at all. I've never used it. I've never used the Nexus Mod Manager. But I know loot, I believe loot comes with Vortex as well. Or it's integrated in similar to how you see here. So everything should be identical. Nothing's changed here. I know nothing's changed. Go down to the bottom. Dindalot's right there. All good. So, and that's what it should look like. So let's see, plugins. These are my saves. So this is Merrick's save. He was at level 6. He was at the Winking Skeever. Now you can see there's missing ESP. So basically, this is all shot. You can see everything missing. What we took out, what we modified. This is no longer going to work. Okay. So I'm going to take all these. I'm going to delete all 10 saves. You have to. If I try to play with one, you run the risk of game corruption. Easy fix would just be start a new one. You can save them if you decide you want to go back and, plug the mods that you were using back in. In a case like that, what I would recommend is you saw me delete the mods from here. I wouldn't delete them. I would just deactivate them and keep them in the same order. So that way, if you do decide to go back, you can hover over whatever save you wanted to go back to, or potentially all of them, and you'll see what's missing, and you'll see what you need. It was just showing you there. It was showing like RLO was missing, Complete Alchemy was missing, and then certain patches for TPOS2 and Obscure's College were also missing. Same thing with Quins. Same thing with Legacy of the Dragonborn patches. It showed what was missing. It won't tell you where they go. It just tells you what you need to get back. And then in a case like that, you would just go reactivate the mod you want to use. Make sure you get the proper patches, which in that case would be rerun Quins. Just reinstall it. That's all you have to do. You don't have to do anything else. And I also like to keep the plugins open while I do that. And I like to hover over where they're at. You can see the nice little purple here. It's probably hard for you guys to see, but once I hover, see how everything's in purple. So these are the ones for Quins. Now I don't have the cloaks because you don't need this one. I actually get an error when I have the unofficial patch and cloaks. It's handled by Quins itself. So that should be good. So let's say we do some base game testing here. Let me close out my music. We'll go in. Okay. let's go in game. There's SKSE. Now you notice I didn't rerun Finis, and I didn't rerun All Good Meshes because I didn't add anything that affects either of those. I didn't take away anything that affects either of those. If you wind up installing a mod, like another weapon or armor mod, well, in this case armor mod, for the meshes and for the textures, you would want to rerun All Geared Up Derivative again. You'd have to deselect All Good Meshes, remake this, do the whole process over again. Finis is actually the easier of the two. It's literally just deactivating and removing this mod and rerunning Finis itself. When you say you add another combat mod or you add another animation mod on top of what this already gives you, then you would have to rerun that. But in this case, I didn't touch any of those, so that's all fine. SKSE. Let's go in game. I am going to swap my... Let's see here. I'm going to turn off my display capture. You guys should see my game capture come up in a second here. Hopefully I did this right because I've been having issues with OBS today. So we'll see. You'll see a weird looking screen. Just ignore that. I'll fix that later. That's got to do with the overlay. So it should capture full screen. If it doesn't for some reason, then OBS is being a thorn in my side today, so I'll have to go in and refix it. I'll be able to tell almost immediately. It still looks like it's okay. So when you guys are able to see my main menu, let me know. Mine's still loading in. Alright, I'm seeing mine now. Okay. And it doesn't look like you guys are. I'll give it a... Oh, there it is. Okay. So that's just delay. It could be delay on YouTube, but I think it's a delay on my phone. So let me just reopen YouTube on my phone. Okay, there we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Screen looks good. It's full screen. You guys aren't seeing double screens? Nothing like that? Because it looks good to me. Sometimes it just... Well, what looks good on my phone isn't what you guys are seeing, but... it looks like you got the whole thing. No double? Awesome. Give me 1 second, guys. Hold on. Okay. No doubles. We look pretty good. There we go. And basically what I really want to test is the flagging. Now with the LFX. And we'll go to some of the ins. We'll take a look at some of the ins now. I want to see how the patch works. I will go to Breton presets. And he should be adjusted already. Yep, he is with the scar and yep, the shader and everything. Awesome. Cool. I'll just Merrick test. Okay. So like I said, I saved his preset. So we don't have to go through the whole thing again. With the scar, you can see the hair. The hair covers part of the scar. Alright. And,
Approach, my child, and choose where your new life shall begin.
So, yeah, with the Bretons, they get the unique Forsworn native, but I'm going to do the same that I did before, Outlawed in the Wilds.
A life of crime is still a life. Be wary, thief.
She called me a thief. How does she know she knows these things? Alright. Interesting. Now usually ELFX and alternate start, I have to patch it. There usually adds a nice little torch right there for me, but... oh well. Not a big deal. We'll let the rest of the mods load up real quick before I sleep in the bed. And then, we'll see where it puts us. And then hopefully everything's okay. It should be. I really don't see there being any issues. But you never know. You never know. That's what testing is for. See, it randomly starts it someplace different. Okay, where did I think I started... oh, okay, so this is Master Disguise. So while you're wearing faction armor, you have a chance to be discovered by members of that faction. Look like they look, wear what they wear, become a Master Disguise, you just might succeed at fooling your enemies. Redoran's Retreat, maybe? No. Yeah, maybe. Where the hell are we? We're at Silent Moon's camp. Okay, that's pretty cool. Actually never seen this one before. Alright. And that wasn't a glitch, that was just the camera angle flickering.
Was not for show, and someone had to die.
Oh, she must have not got off the bus. Well, no, the bus is gonna come back this way. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe she was sleeping. Maybe she was sleeping.
Let me in, jerk.
She gets like so.
Let's just grab some of this stuff here now, for the hell of it.
Answer her. Say okay. Okay. Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff here. I'm not gonna spoil a lot of it for you, but I'm just gonna take some things, basic things here. Troll fat, serious slaughterfish. Just in case I need extra food. I know we're doing testing, but
Should have known she was lying.
yeah.
She said she'd wait for me.
Nope, they never do. We'll get Silent Moons on the musical interlude. All right. It's religion. Okay. Let's choose Xerxes. Cool. I could already see a difference with the lighting. Now these guys will all be I'll be part of their faction. I'll be part of the Silent Moon's faction. So, like I said, it's where you start. So, like I said, I can come up here, and none of these guys should bother me.
Need something? Go to the college, Doc. Use your power. They got that secret magic. Wood to gold.
I don't think I ever noticed that about the Silent Moon's got that glow, unless he's the wizard, so maybe he's got a flesh spell or something on it.
Springtime in old Rosemary.
You're privy to all the stuff here.
What are you doing that for?
Except for the lunar weapons aren't here for some reason. Maybe because of these. Okay. Check and see. Just gotta check one other thing. World map. Yep. And you can see all my nice pretty trees. That's what I wanted to see. Lot looks good. You can see Whiterun from there. That's not bad. Let's get some of these off real quick, just to. So my HUD is good. Okay. I've got God mode on. Still loving the rocks. I think they look amazing. Let's go up this way a little bit. See what weapons they gave me. Ooh, iron ball. Let's use that. Do I have a shield? Ring of wealth. So yeah, when you become a bandit, you start with a set of fur. And then as you can see, all good is still working. The shield is on my back. Let's check out. Yep, harvest overhaul that I added works. That's a level 40 skeleton. Maybe he's not being aggro. Let me have to aggro the, well, not the mud crab. There goes the skeleton. I don't know if he's like a guardian or... There's a bandit chief. I don't know where he came from. He came from somewhere.
I'm on your side.
They're not attacking.
Defy me.
I wonder if that's Master of Disguise messing with it. Let's see. Let's change gear. She should be attacking me on spot.
Don't
There she goes.
My money's on the people.
looky here. Looks like we got ourselves a hero.
Alright, well that's interesting.
Hey, watch what you're doing.
I wonder if it's considered all bandits, though. Let's go over to... Where is he? You're gonna fall down dead in a minute, buddy. It's not gonna matter. Let's go over to Fort Greymore. So if these guys don't attack me, it's gonna mean like all vampires and all bandits and everything else literally will not attack me. I'm going the wrong way. Alright. Okay. Well, I don't know the console command for Fort Greymore, so. But the Whiterun Guards should attack me. They should attack me on sight.
He wouldn't let her off the bus.
By order of the Yard, I command you. You have committed crimes
Yep,
against
see.
Skyrim and your people.
That's normal.
What say you in your defense? You're going to rot in the Dragon's
Ah,
Reach
damn it.
dungeon.
I'm rotting in the dungeon. It's a naked bandit. Alright. Let's do this. Let's go right to the Ragged Flagon. Yeah, I'll be naked myself too, apparently. I hit the wrong, Alright. So we're in the Flagon. With, Opulent Thieves Guild. Oh no, we got prisoner garbs on. That's fine. That's good. Good enough.
Stay out of trouble, or there's gonna be trouble.
Yeah, the lighting already seems better. You could notice an instant difference here. Now remember, yep, and there's an EL effect. See, the EL effects adds torches, so we'll take that torch. The cistern should either look different or it's going to be flickering. It's going to be one of those two. Or not. Okay, it looks good so far. You didn't see me take it.
I guess you can have it.
Yeah, you guess I can have it. That's right. I'm going to take all your stuff.
You must really need it.
I must need it. You're right.
You must really
I do need it.
You could have just asked.
Jeez. Just like a horker, huh?
You're not supposed to be.
Sure I am. Let's see.
Couldn't you do? I swear you won't leave here alive.
But I'm one of you. See, I'm one of you.
Is that the best you can do?
I'm one of you. They don't like me.
This is your last mistake.
Is it? Not that good with an arrow, are you, buddy? Oh, the NPCs know. They have no idea. They're like, where's our TGM? Yeah, it's raining out here too. Alright, what's up? Cool.
Protect yourself, Buy armor from
Exotic ingredients. I have them all.
So I'm a thief. Let's look at Brynjolf here. The lighting. Brynjolf looks good. Let's go in the B and Barb.
If you've got the coin, you've come to the right place.
Yeah, you could see an immediate difference with the LFX. Look at that. The fireplace.
If your allegiance
This
lies
is
with
why
the Empire,
this is the best
we
lighting
haven't
mod
much
ever.
to discuss.
Yeah. Look at that. Steel rabbit. I stole it. What are you gonna do?
Welcome to the Bee and Barb, my lord. If I can interest you in one of our special drinks.
No, no, you can't.
I'm really getting tired of your excuses. When you borrowed the money, you said you'd pay it back on time and for double the usual fee.
I know I did. But how was I to know the
Rare
shipment would get
trinkets
lost?
and finest artists from moral.
That's why.
Alright. I want to do another test, so I'm gonna make a hard save over Silent Moons.
Protect yourself,
I'm gonna back out because I don't know these commands and I have to take a look at them. There's something, they're not COC stuff, so. Turn my display capture back on. So they're the set stage commands. And let's see if it populates the list of set stage commands. I want to basically skip forward. Um, so it's set stage. So we need the quest ID and the stage ID. So um, now let me see. We have the Golden Glow quest, but that's not the one. The one after a chance arrangement. Let's see here.
I left my rapid rider. Your rapid reader? Rapid rider. What's your rapid rider?
Let's see. Thieves Guild quests.
Oh. Yeah, that's what that's a rapid rider. We just
Taking care of business. Loud and clear. Would have been taking care of business. This one here.
I'll get you a piece of don't get anything on your phone.
So I need the ID.
This and read and that. That's all? Yeah.
God only knows where it's gonna be.
Let me see, we have a piece of paper.
You have biscuits?
You need to get that orange.
I want biscuits.
The white chocolate chips. Guess what?
I don't want the walkthrough. I just want. It's usually on the wiki. It's where I may have to go.
I went to the Friendly's store up in Glenmore, and I went
Let's do this.
to the grocery store, and they don't make it anymore. I thought I told you. I think that's terrible.
So this should be on the wiki.
Not even Friendly's has it, honey. Friendly's, they don't make it anymore.
So the ID is TG01.
We're doing equivalent fraction. Doesn't it tell you there? We're doing equivalent. Find an equivalent fraction. Draw another line of equal length. I'm not doing that one. Well, this is an equivalent fraction. This I know, that's what I just said. Oh. I said we're doing equivalent. Oh, you're doing. I thought you said what is an equivalent.
Alright, let me write that down. TG01. quest stages. Alright. So let's see how it goes. Alright, so it'd be TGO1 and then 200. Okay. So let's go back in game. I think this is how it's going to work, but you never know. Kind of an easy way to skip along if you need to test something in particular. I have yet to eat today. I'm starving. The only thing I had a nice vanilla chai earlier this morning. And I got it from Dunkin', and I normally don't. Because normally I don't... I won't pay for them. And I asked for a large, and when they handed me a large cup, it was so small. It was like, I'm like, this is your large? The girl goes, yeah. I'm like, what the hell happened? It was like $2.21, which wasn't that bad, but it was like, oh man. I think they downgraded. I remember the older Dunkin' drinks were, if you got a large, it was big. This was like we have these places called Sheets around where I live. It's like their version of a small. So, loading back into the game. And yeah, I believe Rudy's the only EMB that takes this long. Alright, so I'll have to try and figure this out. I don't think there's any spaces, so... Alright, so let's try this. Completed, taking care of business. Started loud and clear.
If you're looking for a handout, you'll want to speak with
Brynjolf will...
If you're looking for...
You've done it now, well. You broke the rules and now you're knee deep in it. That means you're out. No jobs, no payouts,
really?
No nothing. You want to get back into our graces? You need to talk to Vex. She'll set you straight.
Is that because I stole? But we're thieves. That's our job. Jeez, these guys, you know. I'm gonna have to teach them a thing or two. So the main thing I want to test here is I want to make sure that I can... Yeah, so they'll walk out of the water. Mercer's probably not going to be happy.
Speak to Vex, we have nothing else to
Mercer, this is the one I was talking about. Our new recruit.
No. I already did that. Back to the flagon. Let's go talk to Vex. So there's probably a bunch of stuff going off at once here. Yeah, there's quick light. You're being watched. Look at that.
He's a good guy.
Well, if it isn't Brynjolf's little protege. I'm gonna make this short and sweet, because frankly, I don't think you deserve another shot. You've broken the rules, and now you need to pay. And it's gonna cost you quite a bit. This is the Thieves Guild, genius. Did you think we'd accept a heartfelt... I'd say it's time you put your nose to the grindstone and figure it out for pickpockets, knock over houses. Heck, I don't care if you have to bust into a palace. You do what you have to do to come... You'd better. Because until you do, you don't get a single coin from us. Anything you steal, you bring it straight to me. Now get out of here, and don't come back until your pockets are full.
Bring gold to Vex, so... Might be under Septums. I think it is. Yep, okay, there it is. Let's say... Hey! Oh. Oh yeah, that's right. Gold weighs something now.
Dirge.
And here I expected you to hop the next caravan to Morrowind. What have you got? It's all here. Next time you decide to pull a stunt like that, just remember how much.
Let's just spend some of this and buy
How
some.
long we know each other?
I didn't realize that.
I
I
checked
totally
all
forgot
the
about
stuff
that.
is in the safe.
That's okay.
Welcome to the cozy. Why don't you take a look at some of my merchandise and
Yeah.
we'll see what kind of deal we can make.
Static. Lockpicks. Spring seal bow. Rusted iron dagger. She doesn't have any lockpicks. That's crazy.
All right then.
And I'm still heavy. Okay. So let's dump, let's dump the ragged stuff. I have 320 right here. I'll just dump that. I'm not going to be using it. Alright.
I think you better listen to Merton. With Brynjol first. We can talk later.
Ah, shit, wrong one. You stole your out of the guild. Yeah, that's basically how it works, right? So that's from the Uncapper and Mr. B's tweaks. Gold will have weight. Alright, so now we gotta listen to Yahoo #1, Yahoo #2. But we did finish the stage.
Do I make myself clear? Good. Then I think it's time we put your expertise to the test.
Never done. Wait a moment. You're not talking about Golden Glow, are you?
Yeah, he
Even on
is.
this expert.
Claim this recruit possesses an aptitude for our line of work. So let him prove it. Golden Glow Estate is critically
Great.
important to one of our largest clients. However, the owner has suddenly decided to take matters into his own hands and shut us out. He needs to be taught a lesson. Brynjol will provide you
You
with
just got a nice little dagger there. Look at
Mercer,
that.
aren't you forgetting something?
Since Brynjol assures me
So
there'll be
does,
nothing but
Mercer's got a
benefit
Nebony
from
one.
you're in. Welcome to the Thieves Guild.
Yeah.
Welcome to the family.
Alright, yeah.
Simple. You should talk.
Skip all this.
And talk to Tanelia and Golden Glow Estate. Hey, I'm not done talking to you yet.
You're done. You're done. I just want to make sure I can get some of these fetch quests. If I can't, then I'm going to have to go back in. I'm going to have to check and find some way
Golden
to
Glow
fix it.
Estate is an E5. To raise the wretched.
Good for you.
Brynjol,
Alright, Delvin.
Let me guess. He just plucked you lied to my fa- On the other hand, take it. See? So, if you've got. Look around you.
Yep.
A few decades ago.
Yep, what happened?
Look, something out there is. I'll tell you, that's where you. All you need to do is ask, and we can both.
Let's see. So this is what we're looking for. Extra work.
If breaking's more your
Alright.
thing, go talk to Vex.
Alright, Numbers job is the one that gave me an issue, so we're going to try this one first.
Most of the established.
Yeah.
Your job, feel like doing a bit of writing.
I'll do it.
Just remember the rules. Keep it clean and keep it quiet. Here's the details.
Yeah, it's definitely something's conflicting, because I can take
Got
another one.
lots of jobs available, all right? Anything in particular? We
What?
want to waylay a shipment on the way from this business without them even noticing anything went missing. Want the job? Still have quite a good bit of bloody good timing. Just got some more. There are all sorts of people.
Try the
So,
fishing job.
You in for a... Keep this up, and you'll be rich enough to retire before you know it. Good luck.
See, that one started. Fishing job started fine.
Oh, you're back. Great. What you want to do?
The Bedlam should be fine too.
Taking it easy, job, eh? Well,
Yep.
finally. Someone with back.
This one should take 2.
There you go.
Oh, there's a little bit of a flicker. Could just be opulent.
Never done an honest day's work in your life for all that coin you carry. Hey, lad. I could take a hint, lad. You want to make some coin? Come find me.
So, what can I do for you today?
Alright, let's try it again.
My clients.
Number jobs.
Okay. Got just the one for
Yeah, I'll do
Good. Here's your assignment.
Okay. So the numbers jobs just aren't working. Let me see here. So that's unfortunate. I'm gonna have to figure that out. It's only that one. But the funny thing was is I checked that in Xedit and I didn't see anything. Let's see here. Vex should be fine. I got all of hers. Hers were good.
Before we begin, I want to make 2 things perfectly clear. 1, I'm the... And 2, you fall... Easy. Let me give you a... If something's being handed, then we understand. Now, it's time to get your feet wet.
Business,
I'm
yeah,
not going to sugarcoat it for you. Who
Why?
knows? If you want my opinion, I'd say you can get out, and while you're at it, make a little bit of coin
Alright, here
on
we
the
go.
side. Not a bad deal,
She's
eh?
offering extra
I
work
handled
too.
the... If you don't like that kind of work,
So
talk to
last time we
Delvin.
did this, we got
He
all
runs the
4
more
from her.
up-close and
All
personal
4 were
job.
fine.
Pretty simple. The catch is you ready for some good old-fashioned burglary?
Yeah, I'm in.
Here, just don't make me look like an ass in front of the guild and mess it up.
Alright, so that one took.
Out with it. Time is money. Got plenty. Take your pick.
Shill
the mark
job.
must have ticked off our... All right, take this and get out of here.
Alright, so shield job is fine. Ready for extra work.
Got more than you can handle.
Sweep job.
The owner of this place just got an...
I'll get right on it.
Fine, just keep it clean. Here you go.
Sweep job looks good.
Steal anything worth talking about? Good. We could use the coin.
Heist.
The owner of this place just inherited...
Sounds
Here
easy.
you go. Hope you don't muck it up.
So that one's good too. Alright, talk to
So,
Delvin again.
what can I do for you today?
Extra work.
Great. What you want to do?
Numbers jobs.
Have a client looking to have a rival's business ledger.
I'll do it.
Here's everything you need. You get caught, and we've never heard of you.
Now, see, there it goes. Hold on a second. So now it did work.
Ah, you're back.
Alright, hold on. Ready for some extra
Bad
work.
time. Brynjolf's been getting on to me about money.
But
Pull up a seat.
But I can't actually.
Have a
Oh,
drink.
no, okay. So I have all 3 from him. Maybe I just. That's odd. So it's working. How about that? Okay.
Remember, keep it clean.
Let's go right to Falkreath from here. And that'll be one of the places that check. We'll look inside the inn, we'll check out some of the lighting. But like I said, the bee and barb looked fine. I've got my light on, so my light's off. Okay. Maybe if I change the mountain textures, I'm gonna have to rerun Diamond a lot. So I was considering swapping mountain textures, but keep the ones that I have. They look nice.
Come on in. Let me know if you need anything, or take a seat by
Alright.
the fire and I'll send someone over. They say the college has been snooping around Sartal. Mages in Beria clipped. No good can come of that.
like it's me, but I don't think it is. It's probably just
I'm
me.
telling you, I heard it, howling. Those werewolf tales are true.
Good, good.
At some point we should hire Tekla on here. If she could just spend less time serving dengue. I wish I could afford to pay you both, Nari. I really do.
Maybe I will use the enhancer. How does it look too bright for you guys? I know it's the middle of the day. Let's do this. Let's advance time. Let's put it at 10 p.m. I want to see if it makes any changes. No. Okay. Let's see how it is nighttime. Obviously, it's going to be darker out here. No, I think it's just the right amount of light and darkness. The moons are obviously going to be brighter. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the overall feel is just better. Random hunter?
Yes?
No.
The god Arche was once like us.
Yeah. So that's weird. Alright, so I had to talk to him like a bunch of times to get a couple of those quests. But I don't know if that's going to do it every time. That's the problem. I don't want it to work like one time and then risk not being able to do it again, you know? That's kind of the issue. Everything else looks fine. Go to Markarth. Yeah, it's, you know, it's fine for me too, honestly. RLO. Oh, really? Markarth, you have to be raining. Yeah, like this is nice, you know? For nighttime. You can see thunder in the distance. Thunder clouds or lightning clouds. Yeah, that's just the right amount, I think. And then obviously, if my character you need to see, he's got his lantern on him. So. Yeah, should be good. Well, I'm going to do a little bit more research into, let's quit out of here. I'll do a little more research into why that stage and that quest doesn't seem like it wants to work. I mean, we'll have to see. Let's do this. Wow, came right up. Delvin quest not registering. Let's see what it says here. I know Reddit's like probably one of the worst places to go for proper information. Delvin and Vex had all their dialogue and access if they were getting extra jobs, but after they finish speaking, I don't get any notifications about requests. It's the same regardless of which of them I speak to and what type of job I select. I am running less tedious. The one that the main one is uh, all Thieves Guild jobs concurrently.
I feel suspicious now.
Less tedious Thieves Guild was another one.
That's it. What? It could be that I'm getting my
Let's see. Let's go to the page and see if there's any compatibility issues.
Okay, Grandpa, let me see your phone. Let me see your recents. No, no, really. I would know if you're getting your caps because that guy didn't call.
He didn't call me. He said it'd be, I'd have to wait for something. Both guys said that.
Did anybody still have colored hair? You're the only one?
Okay. So less tedious. Incompatibilities. I replaces TGRE enabler handlers quest script packs. So if any other mod does this, it will be incompatible. Which is what I found in X edit. This is the
She gets picked up early.
yeah, when she has that, I know I've seen her in the office. TGRA is what you're looking for. Any mod that alters the way Thieves Guild special jobs works. This mod edits only the dialogue, no scripts, character, anything else. There's no reason you can't enable. Recommended.
Did you get another one? Oh, you got another one now.
So maybe you can't run them together. All Thieves Guild jobs can. Well, see, that's the thing. Let's load that back up.
Was it raspberry lemonade in the that pink one? Yeah. Raspberry or strawberry? Raspberry.
It could also be the order. I could try swapping them, but
I wonder where we got that one,
you never know. Just load everything up. I want to make sure it's not one of them's not conflicting with something else again.
You know that?
So usually take a little bit here.
I thought it was raspberry because strawberry. Anyway, they didn't have it. So,
Yeah, but I think overall with the LFX it's better. I liked what I saw.
what's under your plate?
I got messages apparently. Let me see. Raven.
I feel like Austin was staring at me after recess all the time. I was making weird faces at him. You better hurry up and do your lab. I am. Here, have a little bit of
Okay. Let's close that down. Still building references. Okay. Yeah, Ren, it's good now. It's swapping from RLO to enhanced lights. That's why it looked better today. I put ELFX back in. Okay. So these should be together. Alright, so these are right here. All Thieves Guild, less TD. Let's check out Opulent. Or I'm sorry here. Which one was it? So less tedious is the one that handles the quest script. And it just got a file. It's just the ESP by itself. Okay. All Thieves Guild jobs concurrently. So let's take a look here. So TGR. So these are also. And how do I have them loaded? I have All Thieves Guild up top. I have the other one on the bottom. Let's see here. Let's go to posts. I may just have to swap these two. And I would take all thieves guild jobs concurrently over less tedious. Less tedious just means there's less of them to do, which is, obviously infinitely useful. Um, you basically cut it down from, I think it's like, God, there's so many of them. Yeah, here from 125 to 25, right? And that's to become the guild master. So I have to ask myself, do I swap? Well, I'll swap them and test them anyway just to see. But if I'm taking 7 at a time, that would be, I'd only have to get, well, really, I'd have to talk to all of them 4 times, I think. Because 3 times would be 21 quests. There's 4 from one, 3 from another. You have 7 total quests. I think Vex gives you 4, Delvin gives you 3. So, each one of them 3 times entirely, and then I would need 4 more quests. But at the same time, with All Thieves Guild concurrently, I could take 7. This is the one that lets me take all 7. 7 and 125. It's in the teens or something like that, I guess. I don't know. My math is evading me right now. But you can see here, I don't have any conflicts with this. And this is for the, where is it? The numbers job. That's this one here. This is the topic ID. This is the editor. I'm sorry, this is the form ID. This is the editor ID. And that's where it is. Do you have any numbers jobs? So, I wonder if I expand this further. Oh. Let's just do another quick search. Delvin not giving side quests. This is on the Nexus forums. Okay. Doesn't work. Choose. I hear you're offering extra work. He says, you betcha, or whatever. Then it just closes. Walking away won't make it. Vex works fine, but Delvin will not. Well, I'm assuming they're modded. Disabling related mods doesn't help. See, I don't know, like stuff like that, like SQS commands or whatever. But the TGR shell quest, yeah. Reference NPCs were current Vex was working, and the old Delvin, the one I disabled. So this is something completely entirely different. Okay. Let's just look at them all just to see. This is on. This is an OLS from 2013. Okay. And it's on console, so it's not going to matter. Alright. Problem with Delvin resetting. I don't know, maybe it's just one of those things where I have to look into it and just spend some time sitting here trying to figure it out. Until you have to do 45 jobs for Vex and Delvin before you can become Guildmaster, plus 4 or 5 special jobs. Which is normal. It's something like that. Ah. Yeah, this is going back to 2013 too, so probably outdated. Okay. So what I'll do is I guess we'll probably end it here. Like I said, the lighting looked good. I was fine with that. I only needed to check a few places. We saw Mercer's face was fine. Brynjolf's face was good. Lighting's not going to change theirs, but that's just one of those things I wanted to test anyway. So, um, trying to see here. Oh, sweet. Income tax refund already. Nice. I'll just save that for later. I'll swap them, I guess, is what I'll do. Yeah, these TGR shell. These are these are all the fetch quests and all the dialogue that accompanies them. So I'll just look into a little bit more. It doesn't seem like there's anything in there that's editing it. And then, like I said, less tedious was just, it's literally just the ESP. I'll swap these two. I'll put less tedious above all Thieves Guild jobs concurrently. See what it does. Um, Unless there's something in the flag in here that's touching it. Yeah, alt start. Yeah, like I said, this is just for lighting and the music itself. You got the music type. It's stuff from the vampires. The lighting template is from Castle Volkihar, and the music type is from uh, tavern music as opposed to dungeon or fort. So that's what that mod does. And obviously there's patches here for it. So you can see the encounter zone is fixed. Got the Rift and Ratway encounter zone. So they're the only ones. Okay. So we should be good. I'll figure out what I'm gonna do, and I'll get everything sorted. And maybe what we'll do is we'll start fresh later tonight. If not tonight, Thursday, because I won't be streaming tomorrow. So I got a couple things to do, and then I guess we'll start him new. We'll start him as a brand new character. Like I said, I'll have everything already set up. I'll have all his base starting gear that he had before. Um, but I'll open up with the new game start. So we'll see him literally from level 1. Um, for those of you who might not want to see that, um, let me know. Shoot me a message if you'd rather see it start from. He would have currently been level 6. So it's not like we had too far to go. I'm perfectly fine with just re-rolling and starting brand new, because who knows, they may put us somewhere else at some other bandit location. I do want to talk to Nesbit if I'm able to. I know it's C4, it's 5 o'clock, so it's about 10 for him right now. It's probably late. Um, I want to see if being part of the bandit faction with that alternate start is what's causing the vampires not to attack me. That was just by sheer happenstance. That happened, and we got lucky finding that. So alternate start, uh, his band, like not all the bandits, but those vampires in particular. So I'll try to get a hold of him. Hopefully I can get an answer. Actually, let me see if I can tag him now. And when I put glitch on, maybe it'll. It's not really a glitch. Maybe it's designed that way, or maybe I did or didn't do something. But I definitely I couldn't aggro them, and they're supposed to aggro real easily. So if he's got them flagged as part of the or as part of the bandit faction, that could be why. But you saw me, I had to bash that vampire like 4 or 5 times just to get her to aggro on me. So we'll see. We'll see. So that's gonna be it for me, guys. I'm gonna hop back over to Discord. Um, yeah, either later this evening or, like I said, if by any chance I don't get everything situated and set up, it'll be Thursday. As of now, it'll be later tonight or Thursday. And the only way I'll stream tomorrow is if for whatever reason Couch Warrior doesn't stream, but I think he's planning to. So that's where I'll be. I'll be there tomorrow, and you guys should be too. So yeah, that's it for me. I will see you later. Have a good one. Bye.